Hey, everybody, and welcome to the North Park Youth Podcast. My name is Josh Black.
I am Cody Smith.
And we both work in the same location called
The Church, the North Park Community Church.
North Park Community Church. And if you're not a regular listener, welcome. Thanks for joining us in today's podcast. Now, Cody, this podcast isn't going to be released on Valentine's Day.
Right.
But we are recording on
the 14th.
The 14th.
Valentine's
Day. And so you decided that today we were gonna do a little Valentine's activity.
A themed game.
Tell us about this game, Cody.
This game is called the Newlyweds game. And it is a game for newlyweds.
So who are you introducing to us today, Cody?
Well, come on. No, I'm kidding.
Surprise. Cody got married.
Yeah. No. So, yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to play this Newlyweds game, but for newly, except not new.
I mean, in the grand scheme of life.
Well, that's true.
You know, if we live to
like 8 years.
If we live to be, say, 90 years old.
That's true.
We've worked together for one
in
of
comparison,
those years.
this will be new.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We've only worked together 1/33 of my life and 1/19 of your life.
We worked together longer than a year.
What
In 2
is
years.
it? A year and a half. You started technically in September of 2021?
That seems right.
Sure. I don't know.
Ish.
Today on the podcast, we're doing math.
No, we're not. Not properly, anyways. Yeah, we're playing this game called the Newlyweds game, which we're not going to call the Newlyweds game because we're not newlywed.
What are we going to call it? Give us a name.
The Get to Know Josh and Cody game.
How well do Cody and Josh know each other?
How well do Cody and Josh know each other game? That's what we're calling it.
I give myself 15%.
You know me 15%?
Yeah, that might even be high.
That's...
Like, again, in the grand scheme of our lives.
Yeah.
Like, when I was thinking about questions, I was like, Cody will never guess this.
Yeah.
There are a lot of those questions.
I feel like I have questions that I chose so that you probably could guess them.
I did a couple of those, too.
But, like, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
All right. Let's just jump into it.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You want to go first? Actually, I'll explain the rules to everyone
Great
first.
idea.
And then, so basically, it's the game of we're asking each other questions to determine how well we know each other about, like, random facts.
So give us a sample question.
So a sample question would be like a who's most likely to question. Who's most likely to eat? Like, we played this game over the summer with the interns. One of the questions was who's most likely to eat food off the floor.
Okay.
So that could be an example of a question. Or another example could be like, what is my... So this would be a question that I would ask Josh. What is my favorite candy? And so the Josh would then have to try to guess, and I would also give an answer and see if they match up.
Sounds good. I didn't do any who's most likely to questions, just so you know.
Okay.
How many did you do?
2 or 3, I think. It's a spattering of both.
Okay.
So yeah, that's basically how the game will go.
Okay.
Would you like to go first?
Sure.
All right.
Question number 1.
Okay, I'm ready.
If I could go anywhere in the world for free,
Ooh.
where
would it be?
would I go?
I'm going to guess, oh, man. It could be a number of places. It could be out east. It could be somewhere in the U.S., like Arizona.
Here, I'll somewhere I've never been.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just going to go off on a limb here.
Okay.
I think you go to Australia.
You are correct, my man.
go.
You are correct.
Yes.
And I hope my parents are listening to this right now because they're in Australia.
Oh.
And I want them to know how disappointed I am that I wasn't invited to their retirement trip. Why didn't you bring Cody and I on this trip?
No, I was saying I'm disappointed that they didn't bring you.
Oh.
Yeah, why didn't you bring me?
Donna, Owen, why didn't you bring Cody and I?
We're missing out here.
Well, you're 1 for 1. Good job,
Was
man.
that one of the questions that you thought I was going to get?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah. I mean, well, no, not that I thought you were going to get, but that is...
Because that was just a shot in the dark. Well,
Right.
an educated shot in the dark.
That's the thing, because I think it's an expensive trip. I love sun. I like water.
Yep.
You know,
that's
like
literally the mind process.
Yeah.
Mind
So I
thought.
knew you could get there. I didn't know if you would or not.
Yeah.
Also, in my head, when I was writing my questions, I was thinking about you too. Where would you go?
Oh, where would you say I would go?
In my head, said Scotland.
Oh, you're close.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't really have one answer for that. I'd love to visit Wales though.
Right.
So
and that was the other option I had in my head.
Yeah. All right. So here is my question, and it's kind of this we'll both answer.
Okay.
But it's like I'm going to present the question to
Sure.
you.
Okay, let's hear it.
Who out of the two of us do you think is the earliest bird?
Well, I know the answer to that.
See, this is one that I like. I knew I knew you would know.
I believe that
It's me.
you're lying. I am the earlier bird.
Yes.
It's objective.
Here's the thing with the early bird question is like I really actually depending on how early. Like I was up at 5 this morning for a studio time. Too early. 5 o'clock is too early.
Yeah.
But like 7 o'clock. I woke up at 7 the other day. Like sat in my room and like read as like the sun came in my window. Love that.
So nice.
However, I'm just not very good at that.
So I've recently made a change in my life, Cody.
Right.
And I come into the office most mornings at 7:30 in the morning.
I heard that.
And so I'm up at like between 6 and 6:30. And can I tell you something? The trick to doing it is going to bed early.
And that's the hardest part for me is because as much as I would love to be an early bird, because when I do wake up early, I feel great. But I also really enjoy being a night owl, and you cannot do both.
And it's kind of like my thought for you would be enjoy it now.
Yeah.
You know, not to be like one of those parents.
No. I get it.
The challenge for me now is like, so my kids get home. So I'm done work around like 3:30 in the afternoon. Go pick up Nash from school, pick up Lake from daycare. And then I'm with them until they go to bed around like between 7 and 8.
By that time, you're tired.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I've got like 2 hours every night to kind of like, you know, get some stuff done and then unwind, right? Like both.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love my kids. I love spending time with my kids. But some nights I'm like, man, I wish I had that extra hour or 2 hours.
Yep.
If I had the choice, if I could tell my body anything, it'd be like, be okay with me going to bed at 1 a.m. and waking up at 6.
That's actually my next question. If you could tell your body at 9.
Well, it is. So did I get my question right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think,
Excellent.
It's the obvious answer.
Okay. Well, here and you are the rules master of this game. My next question was going to be, what is my love language? But can we pose it as if we're like guessing each other's love language?
Okay, sure. I don't really know what mine is.
Okay. I don't know that I know what mine is either, but I think I could.
This is setting us up for success.
I think that it would. I don't know, because I have like a few that I would say are near the top.
That's the same thing here.
Yeah.
I would say. Oh, this is hard.
Mm-hmm.
This is a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
I would say either words of affirmation or the gifts one.
Mm. You would be incorrect. Now, I'm married man.
Yep.
Yeah, and so I'm a cuddler.
Okay.
Yeah, I like, and now Bree, and not like I know some couples.
This is interesting.
This is an interesting conversation. I'm sorry for like the junior highs listening, but there are some cuddlers, including maybe your parents, junior highs, who will like cuddle when they go to bed. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I need like my space when I go to bed. But yeah, when Bree shows me like a physical affection by like snuggling up with me, putting her arm around me, just love it. Yeah, and so I'd say that's number one. How about I'm gonna guess? I would have probably for you either guessed words of affirmation, which I think based on your smile, is
it might be
because the other one that I was potentially gonna say was quality time.
Oh, I hadn't really thought about that one.
Yeah,
but
quality time is probably like third because. Excuse me, you were correct. Words of affirmation is up there.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think like I said, I don't really know mine, but I think words of affirmation are probably up there as well.
Yep.
So
there we go.
Pretty good guess.
Look at that. 2 for 2.
All right. My second question is, who is most likely to start an argument between us?
I think this is another easy one. You're gonna say, I'm not gonna do it.
I don't think it is as easy as you might think.
I think the answer would be you. That's what I would say.
I would say that I think you have a tendency to start like a little dry pile of leaves, and you just like throw a little spark on there, and then I think I'm the gasoline.
I think my perspective on it would be that I don't intend to start an argument.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I don't know, I like facts, I like information.
Right.
I like just talking about those things.
And I like debating those
and you
things.
like debating those things. And so these things that I'm like, I'll just throw out there thinking we can just have a lovely conversation about it.
Right.
No.
You're wrong. Must argue.
But the problem is once we get rolling, then I'm not innocent in all of this.
Right.
Absolutely.
Once you start it and I start it.
Yeah,
then
because I'm so stubborn. I'm like, I cannot let Cody just
I think
get
that's
away
the
with
problem
this.
is we're both very stubborn.
Yeah.
And
yeah. We have a healthy work environment.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
We never argue about anything.
All right. Here's another one that I think we could probably both answer.
Okay.
And we'll answer for one another because I intended for you to answer for me, but I can try and answer for you too. What's a typical Starbucks order? What's like the go-to typical Starbucks order? And I wrote down like 85% of the time I get the same thing.
This is a bad question. Sorry, no, it's a great question. So I'm sorry. It's a fantastic question.
Who starts arguments?
But I'm going to have such a hard time answering this because this is something like something I like doing is like getting Starbucks for people every once in a while. Sometimes I'll be on like my way home from school and I'm like, you know what? It's a Starbucks day. And so I'll text people and I'll be like, hey, what do you guys want for Starbucks? But I am awful at remembering people's orders. Like I get the same thing every time. Yeah. Almost every time. But I am terrible at remembering other people's orders.
You have an interesting memory. We were talking about names the other day.
Oh,
on the podcast.
I'm so bad at names as well.
Yeah.
So bad. Situations I can remember.
Yeah.
But names, not even specific things because I can remember specific things.
Yeah.
But like names and like orders, can't do it.
So I would guess that you would get some sort. Well, okay. The challenging thing, I've gotten you so many different drinks, or when we've been out to Starbucks, you've had so many different things.
That's my problem.
Because vanilla sweet cream cold brew, there was a season where you drink that, right? Yeah. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, but
sorry, I'm not.
But
I'm
if I were to guess, I would have said some sort of frappuccino.
Okay.
And I feel like it used to. Was it strawberries and cream at some point? Did you drink those?
Here, I'm gonna, because the two that you've mentioned are like my two main drinks.
Okay.
Like the strawberry frappuccino and the sweet vanilla cream cold brew.
Yeah.
That's like 90% of the time I will get either one of those two drinks.
So I've guessed correctly.
I'd say you pretty much guessed correctly.
Yeah.
You're
branching out though.
A little bit.
Oh, okay.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I every once in a while, I like to try something new, especially like during like the special holidays, like the Christmas.
Yes.
Get Christmas drinks and stuff like that. I've only been to Starbucks with you a few times.
It's been a while.
And I feel like you've gotten something different every time. But there have been a few times where I've gotten Starbucks for you, and I've texted like Hannah or Olivia, and I'll be like, hey, what does Josh get from Starbucks? Americano? Is that right?
Yep. Do you know the
I won't
thing about it?
Americano... venti
doesn't matter the size.
Okay. Extra shot of the stuff.
Yes.
Give
me an extra shot of the stuff.
the coffee stuff. What is it called?
Espresso. Yeah. There's one other thing.
That's all I got. Is it like a sprinkle of something?
Nope. It's less of something.
Oh.
There's only one other thing in it.
Is it less milk or creamer or whatever? Oh.
Yeah. So you would order it typically quad grande Americano, just 3/4 full.
Quad. That's
like lots of room because I want it to be stronger.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's like 85 to 90% of the time. That's what I'll get.
I got like 70% of that answer.
Oh, yeah,
right.
You did great.
Yeah.
Americano. But yeah, every once in a while, like a little white mocha or holidays, give me that creme brulee.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, the creme brulee one is
so good. So good.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's your turn.
I think it is. My third question. This is my last who would mostly be who Who would be who?
Who's most rather to?
Who's most likely to? Man.
Who would most rather to?
Okay, who would last longer on a deserted island or a desert island? A deserted island, because desert island is just like desert.
Yeah,
I'm talking about an island with like there's a jungle, like your typical like stranded like you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I would say me.
Okay. I would also say you. Because we've talked about this before. You're like, we're both very outdoors people, but you're very much like that type of outdoors person.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I'm interested in survival.
Yeah.
A little bit. Like, you know, I know people who are very into
I am
survival.
not interested in survival at all.
I'm not saying it would be easy, but I think that I could.
I think you have more knowledge on it.
Like, again, if the bar was like 14 days.
You think I wouldn't even last 14 days?
I don't know. It's. Have you ever seen?
You know what?
I forget what.
Sorry, I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
The one thing that I think would give you a massive advantage is I think you would find it easier to hunt than I would.
Oh yeah,
because you've been hunting before. I've never been hunting, and I'm not necessarily against hunting. I just I can't do it. I can't kill an animal.
I would leverage the fish there more than I would leverage hunting.
That's true, and that is like this is the. I don't like hunting. I'm not against it.
Sure.
Like do what you want.
Sure,
but I have gone fishing before, and I do enjoy fishing.
Yeah.
Which is like it's weird.
Yeah, that's the thing with those tropical waters. You're better off. You ever watch Survivor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I watched Survivor Man.
Pardon?
I've never watched Survivor, but I've watched Survivor Man.
Oh, okay. Well, Survivor, like their main source of protein is
surviving.
Fish. Yeah. So I don't know. I and the other thing that would be interesting is like the lack of people. I don't know. Like it would be interesting to know out of the two of us who could go longer without like being around people.
Yeah.
You know,
because we're both introverts.
Yep.
That is interesting.
And I love being without people. Like it's but at the same time, at some point you're gonna want.
I think
people,
no matter how introverted you are, at some point you need.
Do you think Tom Hanks was an introvert in?
I would be making a volleyball friend. That's for sure.
What was that movie called again? Oh shoot. People are yelling at us right now.
Yeah, because it's
Castaway.
Yes,
there we go.
Yeah.
Anywho, great movie.
Yes.
Favorite Tom Hanks movie? Let's add that in.
Okay.
What do you think mine is? Oh, I can't even remember the name of it. Come on. I'm the captain now.
Oh,
Captain Phillips.
I've never seen that movie.
Oh my goodness.
I've seen that on the Captain Now clip because I quote that all the time.
It's about like Somali pirates taking over a ship, right?
Yep.
It made me want to be a ship captain.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it made me want to be a Somali pirate.
No, thank you.
Oh man.
All right. My next question. This one should be a gimme.
Okay. Oh man, that's never a good thing.
If someone handed me a check.
For
$2,500.
Oh, we have very similar questions.
If someone handed me a check for $2,500, how would I spend it?
Oh, okay. You would spend it on a kayak.
You got it, man.
A fishing kayak.
You got it. That's it.
I was going to say there are many things that you'd spend it on, but then I was like, no. There's really just only.
And I think you would probably invest it into like gear, like music gear.
Yeah.
How was your time?
That was actually my next question. It wasn't $2,500. It was only $500.
Oh, yeah.
But I was going to say, other than like
changes the conversation.
Like,
$500 changes the conversation.
You know what? Let's just up the ante. $5,000. No.
Ooh, $5,000.
No. I'm going to take
it down
to
better fishing kayak.
I'm going to take it down to
gear.
$500 to make it more interesting.
Okay, $500.
That seriously limits.
It does.
The
man,
equipment.
I don't know how I would spend $500.
So if I had a check for $500 right now, and I couldn't, and like obviously we're not spending it on boring things like gas and food and like necessities.
Yeah.
How would I spend my $500
on plugins?
That's actually true.
Every music producer I know, or like Jordan Alge, he's like, plugins. You know?
For sure.
All right, so on to my number 5. Okay, this one I don't think you're going to get.
Okay.
What is my dream profession? But here's the thing. Other than, of course, being a youth pastor, because I'm living the dream now.
I know this.
Do you?
We've talked about this.
It's different. It might be different.
I think
it's
your dream job is to be a sea captain.
So that was for a long time.
Okay.
And it's still in the back of my mind, but it seems less realistic.
Okay, but it's dream job.
No, but I have a new dream job that I think would be more realistic.
Oh. Interesting.
Now, how to get this job, I don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
And that's okay, because I love what I do.
Right.
Like, maybe I'll do this in 30 years. Who knows?
What would you, is it within, like, because I know you have interest in being like a teacher of some.
It is not in that.
Okay, so
because that's like something I'd like to do one day.
Right.
It's not like the dream job.
Right.
You know?
I figured.
Of course, I'm living the dream right now. Love my job. Could do
Right.
this for the rest of my life. Love you, students. And I want to be, in all seriousness, love what I do. But I've been thinking lately about like how awesome this job would be, and I think I could do it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, what is it? Okay, yeah, I think that it is some sort of like. Oh no, but you said not teaching. Like, is teaching and instructing the same thing?
Okay, so I'll give you one hint.
Okay,
it's still in like the faith circle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But that might also make it harder for you to guess what the job is.
That might, because I was gonna guess like some sort of like wildlife, like
no, that's
fishing
another one
instructor or something like that.
That's like if everything went south, that's what I would do.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say like once I retire, like that's gonna be like.
Oh, that's what I mean. When my age goes north.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you another hint.
Yeah.
And this could give it away. We'll see.
Okay.
It's also having to do with sports.
Oh. Like, oh. I'm stumped.
So here's what I was thinking about last week, Cody.
Yeah, I'm interested now.
So, well, I've actually thought about this, like the one thing for a while, like how cool of a job it would be.
Right.
Is like the Chicago Bears team chaplain. Right?
Right.
So like essentially a pastor for the Chicago Bears.
Is that like a thing?
It's a thing.
Actually?
Yeah.
Wow.
But then I took it one step further last week. So this is kind of nerdy. If you're not into football, it's okay. But the Chicago Bears quarterback name is Justin Fields, right? He's a very good quarterback. And he was doing an interview last week, and he was talking about how in this offseason he's planning to get prepared like emotionally, physically, right? Like, and then he said spiritually.
Right.
And I was like, hold on a second. What if I was Justin Fields'
personal pastor,
spiritual advisor to professional athletes?
Would you be able to separate your work from how much you love the football team?
Probably not.
You'd have to be like the Green Bay Packers spiritual advisor, because that way you'd have to like overcome your hatred for the team.
Yeah, it wouldn't happen. Couldn't happen. Anyways, again, no, it's like a dream because it would never happen. Right. But I was thinking, like, how cool would that be?
That would be really cool.
Right?
It would be really cool.
Anyways, what would your dream profession be? Because again, I would go like something in music industry.
Yeah. Well, my dream profession would just straight up to
producer.
Be producer. Yeah. And like produce, like get a relationship with like a really good artist, and then just kind of grow.
You want to discover somebody?
Them. I would love to discover somebody.
We've got a really great worship leader at youth. Her name's Peyton. You could discover Peyton.
I could. Yeah. Peyton.
There we go.
If you ever need a producer, let me know. No, but like there are like a bunch of people in the industry right now who like they came up with a specific, like they use other producers.
Yeah.
But like their music is tied like together.
Yeah.
And I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
Like you find someone, you vibe together, you make really good music together, and you just.
What's your producer tag going to be? Cody made it.
See, I don't. This is
Cody made
something
it.
that I'm actually really struggling with right now because one of my classes is social media and stuff, and the importance of self promotion through social media and all that stuff. And so that's something that I've been considering lately is like making social media for my music.
Right.
But I'm like, my name, it just isn't that.
Codemeister.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
That's what Paul calls him.
I know. I'm sorry, Paul. It's a great nickname, but
Codemeister made it.
Not a great producer tag.
Codemeister on the
beat. So I have like a few little ideas, but nothing's biting yet. And
Smith on the beat. Smith
I'm gonna sample this. Smith-tunes. Oh man.
Smith-tunes.
Yeah.
Anywho, all right. We should go on to your last question. Last thing I'm going to say, not about what we were just talking about, But our podcasts, I feel like, are getting longer and longer. I honestly don't know how much you've been cutting. Have you been getting them down to a reasonable amount?
Honestly, I don't cut them too much.
Yeah.
But when we very first started podcasting,
we said like 15 minutes.
This was my goal.
Yeah.
To
get
half
longer?
hour, 45 minutes, because like.
But are you listening? Are you still listening? We're like 30-something minutes into this. Are you listening to this podcast still?
You better be. You better be.
Because I also understand how, like, at first I was like, man, how do people make podcasts for like an hour? And now it's like, it's obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
And we've probably had to cut a bunch of stuff that we were talking about too. Tangents
Definitely.
we went on.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Which probably takes a lot of time off.
Yeah.
But still, it's going to be upwards of like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Last question.
All right, last question. This is a great question.
Oh, boy.
That follows one of my other questions.
Okay.
What is something that you and I will never agree on?
Oh.
I already have an answer for this one.
Oh, boy.
I do.
Is it like something we argue about or something that we...
This could be also like an opinion piece. Sorry to interrupt. But like, I have an answer. But this could also be like, there is no right or wrong answer.
Are you saying something that you... like something that you would say I would say, or something you believe?
Something that, well, because it's both.
Yeah, I know it is.
Something
it is
that
both. But
we will never agree on. So what is something that you think that we will never agree on?
That I think you should be a youth pastor.
See, but I don't disagree with that. I just don't know yet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
All right. The other thing is spicy food is good.
Okay.
But I don't know that.
I don't think that's like a disagreement because, like, I agree that you think spicy food is good, and I think if I got used to it, I would think
then I know the
food is
answer.
good. Okay.
Snow sucks.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Is that what you were thinking?
That's not what I was thinking.
Oh, I thought
but
that's what
that
you were
is a
thinking.
Fantastic
Yeah,
answer.
snow sucks.
Yeah, you're wrong. My answer was the value of Star Wars 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, yeah. This is great to put this on the record because this guy thinks that Star Wars 1, 2, and 3, so like not the original 3, but the prequels,
the ones with Anakin,
thinks they were good.
Not.
Meanwhile,
we're not going to have this argument here.
The world agrees collectively.
Not the entire world.
99% of the world, except for people who were like born at the same time
my
as Cody.
age.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and which means that you are not being objective about your opinion. It's subjective, and art, as we know, is objective.
Right.
I really hope that like Joel listens to this because he's gonna go off. It'll be great.
Fantastic.
Anywho, yeah, we're never gonna agree on that one.
Yeah, no.
But that's just because you're wrong.
Well, I'm not, but it's fine. It's okay.
Well, thanks for coming up with that topic. I'm not going to be on the podcast next week. I'm going to be away.
A special guest.
We're going to have a special guest.
A new special guest that we've never had before.
Oh, did you already select the person?
I have selected the person.
Oh,
I actually haven't asked them yet.
Oh, I remember.
So I don't know their availability. So maybe
we'll see.
Maybe it'll be
a surprise. Yeah, just Cody talking about Star Wars 1, 2, and 3 the entire episode.
This is why it's good and why Josh is wrong.
Here are all the plot holes from Star Wars 1, 2, and 3. Anywho, so thanks for listening today. Yeah. We will see you. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Cody will see you next week.
Thank you for listening to the entire podcast.
Yeah, if you got to the end of the podcast, send us a message on Instagram.
Yes, we should have like a keyword.
Oh, pumpkin.
Okay. Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Pumpkin isn't seasonal though.
Doesn't have to be. It's secret.
Neither was one. I was gonna say porcupine.
I like porcupine. That works too.
So on
porcupine pumpkin.
Porcupine pumpkin on Wednesday night or Sunday morning or on Instagram DMs or however you get in contact with either me or Josh.
Yeah.
Come up to us and say the words porcupine pumpkin.
And Cody will give you a bucket snack bar.
I will, like immediately.
Guaranteed.
So it pays off, literally, to watch the whole podcast. And you know what? We appreciate you if you do.
We do. Absolutely. All right. Well, we'll talk to you again soon. Have a great rest of your week.